all the great comics here, and I'm going to ask you to come work for me because I have a rescue organization that I started with Richard when we married again. Yeah, that's another story, right? And it's called Pryor's Planet, and that's how I met Rebecca, a mutual friend in New York, introduced us, and I couldn't be happier. She's like a soul sister immediately, and so is Angel, and I'm so glad Angel's doing better.
She is.
Yeah. I don't have a story with a punchline. There's so many dogs in my life, and have been, and I'm not talking about the men or Richard. I've actually done 2 tours of duty with Richard. I married him twice because he was the love of my life. It remains to be the love of my life, and I'm sure all of you too adore him. Treasure, and we healed over animals actually, and okay, so I don't have a story of the punchline, but I do have a story about a great dog that I met in 1986. After Richard and I divorced, our first marriage ended, I went back to New York to try to figure out like what the fuck just happened, because Dope Diamond's a dick, and I figured out it's all about dogs. Plenty of everything, and it's all about the dog. I went back to New York, and I started writing a book, and I'm like trying to, put it all back together, my brain included. And somebody came to me one day, and they said that I was living on Beechwood Place, 50th and First, and they said their dog had just been thrown out of a truck on the east, on the FDR Drive, and I should take it because I had another dog before my consciousness was raised. I purchased. Anyway, he had epilepsy, and this would be good for me to take this dog, and I named her Livia. Thrown out of a truck. She was a coyote dog. Somebody said, well, she's a mix between a Coy and a GS, a German Shepherd, but I think she was pure coyote. She was wild. She was insane. And this is how counterphobic I am. It was the first time in my life I ever felt safe with this dog, because she would fucking bite the shit out of me. It made me feel very safe. Really, I've been through a lot. I was healing, and I healed with her. We healed together. However, she really was a liability. I actually had to get insurance for her. She would bite men in the ass. That was her thing. And when I would walk with her on the street, I had to muzzle her. And Richard and I started seeing each other again. Surprise, surprise. Loved to recycle women. So he was good at that. And I was going to be recycled. Apparently. So I brought Livia to LA a lot. By the way, she didn't help the dog Tiberius with epilepsy, because she would attack Tiberius when Tiberius would have seizures. So I had to put Tiberius down eventually. But so Livia was my partner, and so when we come to LA, I would have to muzzle Livia because she would go after Richard's gardeners, and anybody else, and Richard's insurance policy was bigger than mine at the time, so I really had to kind of keep everybody safe. But at any rate, I had this leather muzzle for her, and she wore it. I mean, it was really serious. And Richard named her Livia Lector Lee. And hello, Clarice. She was really an impressive. I gotta tell you, this bitch. You don't fuck with this bitch. I fucking love the bitch. I gotta tell you, but man, she bit my FedEx men. She bit everybody. But she also was so sweet. She would, she'd kneel down and pee if you knew her, and she was so happy to see you. She peed. So yeah, and again, my consciousness wasn't raised, and I read her, and not a good thing to do at all. Stay neuter. But so one of her children I kept called Emmett Fox Kelly Lee. And Emmett Fox Kelly Lee and Livia Lector Lee and I drove across the country in 1994 because we got back with Richard. And, yeah, well, you know, what can I tell you? But that happened, and then we got married again, and then Livia died, and but she, oh, I'm gonna start crying because I just love her so much, and I'm just so happy to be able to tell you about her. And